Oh, 56 hard in the wall. Looks like we're going to stay green. Oh,
they got a spin.
95 around, 33 hard into the inside wall.
Oh, they're wrecking up front. 93, Ricky Johnson's around, collects a 30, the 59, the 30, I already said the 30. Oh,
They're still wrecking.
Oh my god, the 22 of Jason San Diego, damn it. Oh my word.
Turn 3 and 4.
Side, they fly through turn 3 and 4.
That's 66 now. Oh, they're 3 wide.
Oh, Joe, who's
3.
there?
I don't know. They're 3 wide through the tri-oval. Give it to Feld there at the yellow flag. For the lead, the 77 goes to the inside, doesn't have the run there. Goes back outside, he's going to try to have the momentum through turns 3 and 4. Peaks to the inside, it's going to be a drag race down the front straightaways. Calabol's around!
It's going to be at the line, it's so close! Merslack wins it!
Don't think. Oh, he got really close. He's going to look to the inside. Oh, they make contact! Oh my god! Joseph Weaver! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the HOBO Racing Truck Series, live from the Daytona International Speedway. As always, I'm your host, Joe Twansky. Alongside me tonight, for one final time on HOBO Racing's opening week, Mr. Ricky Collette. Ricky, we made it. Last race of this opening week here at HOBO, a 4-race stretch for you. How do you feel? You still got some juice left in the tank?
Yeah, I still got some juice left. This is the one I've been waiting on, so I'm good to roll with this.
Hey, trucks at Daytona are always fun. CTS physics. It's a lot different than Cup physics. It takes a little bit more to get a good run going. Do you think it's going to be hard for these guys to pass tonight?
I wouldn't say it's incredibly hard for these guys to pass tonight. You know, CTS physics, like you said, yes, it takes more to get a run generated, just because of the nature of the draft with these trucks, but it's still pack racing. At the end of the day, a lot of it's always going to be dependent on who's working with you, who's drafting you. What we're really going to see a big difference, though, is when we start seeing strategy plays, when we start seeing pit stops, we get to green flag pit stops, we start seeing single file spreads. You're really going to start to notice the difference in how these guys suck up onto each other, how quickly they can do it. CTS physics got a weird quirk to it, where it really is like if you're I don't know, maybe more than a second back, you just don't get a draft. And it's not like any other physics in NR where it's like, okay, you're behind someone, you're sucked up as much as possible, you're going the same speed as they are. If you drop back maybe like a tenth of a second or 2/10 of a second, you suck back in really quick. But the further back you go, the less and less pronounced that draft is. With the CTS physics, it's almost like way up to about maybe a half a second, maybe a second behind a car, and then all of a sudden it's a thing. So these guys really have to be careful about staying with the pack and working with people. You really don't want to be running around out here by yourself, because that difference in speed's a lot more pronounced too. You're going to be running around 179, 180 out here by yourself, and everyone on track is going to be doing close to 200.
Ricky just gave away all the insight we had for the night, so it's going to be a tough time up here in the booth trying to inform the fans throughout the night. Gosh darn it,
we got
Ricky.
2 more minutes to try to kill some minutes.
Driver's currently out for qualifying right now. So happy you're joining us here on JTN tonight. A wonderful Sunday night across the country. Hopefully, wherever you are, you're staying warm, you're staying safe. And we're so happy you're tuning in here to JTN. See Ann Rubino, Mackenzie Weston tuning in. Hello and welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Cheer on. I know the Rubino boys always got a good cheering squad. I know Mackenzie will be cheering on Rod tonight. You know, we saw a horrendous crash for that 19 team Tuesday night here. It sounded like his wheel came unplugged, Ricky, and that's terrifying feeling, because you lose all control, right? You lose all control, and luckily though in that incident there were no other drivers involved, so it wasn't like the technical or mechanical issue, however you want to phrase it, hurt anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was tricky too because that 19 was going about full speed when he did that. If I recall correctly, you really
It
you
was
really
done.
don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to just lose your controls when you're doing 190 around here. That's a typical thing.
Yeah. But so happy again you guys are joining us. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit subscribe here to JTN. I know a lot of you that are probably tuning in right now already have because you got those notifications. Appreciate you for doing that. If you feel so inclined, share the stream with all your friends and family. We're on the road to 500 subscribers here on YouTube, just continuing to scratch and claw our way towards these milestones. And we couldn't do it without you, the JTN fans at home. If you want to help support us in another way, if you got the financial means to do so, you can head over to the JTN merch store, get some wonderful JTN merch. Tonight only, we have the Bristol producer tee. You see it there on your screen. It's got that wonderful pop art inspired picture of Bristol. He's got his little JTN badge and his little producer headset on. $14.99. He wanted to lower the price for you at home, give you a swell deal on that t-shirt. It's the wonderful soft comfort tee, Ricky. I mean, softest t-shirts, great for any occasion. $14.99 tonight only. That sale running through the end of this weekend. Available now on that JTN merch store, and it looks like all the pit crews are getting set up in their specified boxes, Ricky. So that means it's time for you to take us through tonight's starting lineup.
Gladly, Joe. Starting tonight, we'll have about looks like 30. Counting you and me would be 36, so 34 trucks on the starting grid tonight. So just a few less than what we had at Daytona early for Cup early in the week. So big field tonight, and starting front and center on the field will be the 31 truck of Jeff Stekenis, with Josh Boyer in the 41 right alongside him. Rich Knappick in the 6 will be starting third tonight. Herman Reese in the 73 will be starting fourth. Ron Simpson in the 25 will be capping off the top 5. Maverick in the 23 will be starting 6th, with Andre Magion, the 54, starting 7th. Daniel Dupuis in the 24 will be starting 8th tonight. And Ronald Luzier in the 94 will be starting 9th. Duke Sorensen will be starting from the 10th spot in the 59 truck, with Keith McLean alongside him in the 20 truck. Bugate in the 9 will be starting 12th tonight. Andy D in the 710 starting 13th. Harry Codian in the 13 truck will be starting 14th tonight, with Mark Senza alongside him in the 33, starting for that 15th position. Lowe's truck starting 16th tonight, with Dan Rubino in that same row in the 44 truck starting 17th. Steve Rubino in the 21 will be starting right behind him in the 8, with DJ Hinsky starting from 19th in the 14 truck. Rounding out the top 20 will be Ryan Johnson in the 78, with Andre Riom in the 34 starting. Stefan Martel in the 16 will be starting second. Darryl Brown, the 86, starting third. The 00 car of 00 truck, Penny in the Jar, Gary Jackson will be starting 24th tonight, with Larry D alongside him in the 25th position. D Johnson, the 06, will be starting 26th. And the last truck to take a time in qualifying, the 12 of Chris Gilbert, will be starting for the 27th position tonight. Doc Palmer, the 108, will be starting in the 28th spot, with Tom Musa, the row behind him, in the 29th position in the 7 truck. The 91 will be starting from the 30th position, with Rob Heath starting in the 31st position in the 38 truck. Chris Rod, the 17, will be starting from the 32nd position. The 57 car of Keller will be starting from the 33rd position. And Rod Weston will be rounding out the field tonight in the 19 truck from the 34th position. So 34 trucks in total here, Joe. Big field, big action. It should be a big night.
They like to have big nights to finish off opening week here with the HOBO Racing League, kicking off 2021 with these guys. Again, thanks to Steve Rubino at HOBO Racing for contacting us as always and bringing us out to these events. We could not put on this show without him. Getting us involved, and we really appreciate you, Steve, and all the Rubinos for that fact, because I know they were some of the first to kind of start looking at us broadcasting these races, Ricky, and again, can't say enough about all their support and really appreciate you folks at home. But, Ricky, it's a 70-lap race tonight. It's a long race. We saw Tuesday night, that was also a 70-lap race, and there were drivers that just couldn't keep the car under them for those 70 laps, involved in early incidents that led to a race where we had about 15 competitive cars at the end of it, differing pit cycles, and it ended up being the guys that pit when we had that last caution were the ones that were able to take home the checkered flag.
Yeah, we had a lot of fatigue in Tuesday's race with the Cup cars, and honestly, I don't know. I don't think we'll see. We might see a little different tune tonight here, Joe. Like I said, these trucks aren't as slippery in the air as the Cup cars. They do not wallow. It's not as dicey when you're racing in big packs with these trucks. I think that's usually why truck physics are usually kind of the drink of choice for a lot of super speedway racing in our leagues. These trucks are a little more stable, just in the way that they're set up, and they don't run as fast by themselves. They only start getting up, getting up to that high speed when they're in the draft here. So I think it helps a bit, and I think we might see that tonight. These guys running a little more behaved. I think the vehicles will be a little more cooperative in what they're doing tonight, and these guys will probably be running big more than anything.
Well,
just with the nature of these big shoebox trucks.
And something that's different tonight, it's fixed setup. So everyone's going to have the same thing mechanically underneath the truck for them. So
that was correct on Tuesday night as well, wasn't it?
Tuesday night was open, I thought.
Was it? I thought it was closed.
I don't know. Tonight's fixed setup. So what that means is these drivers, they're all going to have the same thing underneath them. They're all going to be battling the same conditions. Sometimes cars or trucks in this case get really tight as the run goes on at certain super speedways. This Daytona track has a little more tire wear than a lot of others, but in the end, tires aren't really going to be that important. Watching the 12 of Chris Gilbert and 19 of Rod Weston right now on track, getting some drafting practice in. Like, they're going to come to pit road here. Be careful coming to pit road. Don't want to speed. We saw that light, the 73 of Herman Reese on Tuesday night, had a pit road violation, had to come back down pit road, and it cost him the race. Or a chance at the race, right?
Yeah, a plate track here, you just don't want... I mean, any track, you don't want to get a pit penalty, but here, it stings especially hard, because if you're out partner, you're just dead in the water.
Yeah.
You could have the best truck out here, and if you don't have that, it doesn't mean anything. Looks like we have the cars going on pit.
Trucks. We gotta say trucks.
2 pennies in the jar.
Well, I'm not putting any money in a jar.
You know what I mean. A nice sizable field here tonight, though. Interesting to see. Very similar size to the Cup race. Really no fatigue over here for these guys. I see a Daytona race, and everyone shows up. It's really admirable there that they could just pack a house for Sunday night truck race.
Ricky, all I'm saying is you just want an opportunity.
Opening command here.
You just want an opportunity. That's what all these drivers want. They just want a chance at victory. You don't have to give it to them. They're going to take it if they get that chance.
Absolutely. And draft tracks, it's almost like, what I say, the draft's that grand equalizer, It's almost a whole different thing almost from any other track you'll be racing on, just because it takes such a special brand of coordination and just having to understand a whole other facet of strategy where everything everyone's doing around you directly affects what's happening to you at all times. It's a mentally taxing one. So it's something that I think draws a lot of people just for that reason. It's a very interesting breed of racing, and I think it's very easy to get into it, but hard to master.
Well, Ricky, on the front row, we got a Michigan boy and we got an Ohio boy. And I'd just like to, again, send out congratulations to the University of Michigan men's and women's basketball teams today, taking down the Ohio State men's and women's basketball teams today. That obviously a big rivalry there.
Surprised
Michigan student.
a little confused here on this front row. I expect that 41 to be the Reds throwing me off.
I know, Rocky boots on the side of that truck tonight instead of the traditional Top Golf Sirius XM colors for Josh Boyer, who's you can see on Monday nights when we have ASRA. Here's some upcoming races real quick. Finger slipped, but Boyer runs a lot of different leagues, and we'll hear more about the TMP Racing League and ASRA later on tonight. But field comes off of turn 4, all lined up and ready to go, Ricky, to get underway the final race of opening week here at Hobo. Pace truck is off and down pit lane. We head to the start-finish line. Green flag, we're racing from Daytona. Already Josh Boyer trying to get down behind that 31 of Stekenis. Feel like, Ricky, that bottom line, we saw that the top side was able to get some runs going, but with these trucks, I think the bottom is definitely going to be dominant tonight.
Yeah, I think the bottom, we've seen it here, that bottom line's been pretty handy, and I think with these trucks running a little bit tighter, it's going to be hard to make moves around this place in general, but 25 Ron Simpson there, I'm letting that stop him right now. He's going to make a charge at it. We'll get a feel for this, you know, probably 5, maybe 10 laps in on how good each line's rolling, if they stay too wide like this, but you already see it, that low line already starting to kind of click away here.
It looks like we're having troubles with our lap counter right now, so we'll get that fixed under our first, if we get a yellow.
24 of Tweeting the outside wall stays going.
Our truck's scattering there off the tri-oval.
Oh, yeah. We have a hornet's nest back here. Duke Sorensen just got taken 3 wide. Goes back to 2 wide. Right now, everyone's just kind of jockeying for position. I think a ton of guys out there are either making a charge to the front or realizing they don't want to be up there and try to go the Nice Sorensen.
Big moves to get to the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to take that charge to the inside. Ford's going to shut the door on him. That 25 Ron Simpson, though, on the outside. Pretty stationary right now for not really having a ton of draft.
I was going to say, it looks like that outside line getting a little more formed up there. But further on back, Steve Rubino looked like he got into the wall, completing lap 2 here. Simpson trying to lead this outside in that number 25 machine. That red truck there.
And I think he needs some numbers to help him with it. He's starting to get them. They're forming up there, but the thing is, too, is that they need to be closed up together. And you guys see it, you're leaving a very big gap behind the 710 there. The 44 is not really up to the back of him. As I say, that 24 bails to the low line. These guys need to be closed up together on that high line for it to really work. But they might have something here if they can get that all formed together. The thing about Daytona is even if there's a dominant line, it's like numbers almost mean more than that. So if there's more people on the high line formed up compared to on the low line on a given lap, that high line's going to start picking up speed really quick. It's harder to maintain that uniformity, those truck numbers up high when it's so much easier to go down low. Well, we got the 54 truck taking a peek to the outside there. Didn't have anyone going with him, so he's going to duck back in. But you guys see it. These guys aren't really content to be riding around right now. They want to move. And I think it's just a matter of the right people falling into that top line.
A couple of the Quebecers up there, 54 of Monjon and the 94 of Lucier lined up nose to tail there in 4th and 5th on the inside. See if maybe they try to make a run with each other, if that outside line can get to them. But right now, outside line just losing all the momentum. They're going on back.
Yeah, you know, I keep seeing it. It keeps forming up a little bit. But I think the problem is such a big field right now. There's a lot of guys on that low line. And it's hard to fight with that. And they're doing a great job right now. It's alongside Herman Reese. They're not losing a ton of ground every single lap. I think it's just a matter of they really need to see Herman Reese peek into that outside. He's going to think against it. They just need a few more people to go with him up there, and I think we'll start to see them start moving back forward at the very least, if not start holding even with the rest of the field. But front right now, Justin Kennis holding a pretty good gap on that 41 to Boyer.
You know
what we're talking about with the difference of the draft is that you guys kind of have a little, little, a 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 little, a
You don't want to get too far out in front, though, because that's going to allow those guys to try to make a move around you and get you shuffled it back. The only advantage you have, though, it seems like everyone wants to get to the bottom as we continue. Now this outside line, rather, starting to make a little bit of momentum. If you want to be successful in the outside line at one of these super speedways, you really kind of have to be a jerk about it. And I don't mean jerk. There's a different word you'd use, right, Ricky? And we can't say on air. And you kind of have to pinch those guys down, so that way they have to either get off the gas so they don't hit you, because they're going to start getting tight on the bottom as the run goes on.
Yeah, that's true. You have to be a little bit of an unsavory individual. Let's leave it at there. the not always the most liked person on the racetrack. But you see this right now, though. The 94 Lucier keeps kind of peeked to that high line. All those guys up front are kind of tightening up, and you see them kind of moving up a lane every now and then. That's probably actually helping that high line just a little bit, because they're getting the whiff of some trucks running maybe just a little bit faster right now. And it helps out a lot. Right now, Ron Simpson getting a huge run down the back straightaway. 195 compared to the leader's 193. That 25 is moving this time by.
And still, they're just staying kind of even. They're, the front of that line staying even with 6th, 7th place Herman Reese and Keith McLean. Not really able to do something at this junction in the race. Back here, just outside the top 5.
Yeah, I think part of the thing is right now, too, there's a lot of guys riding around the back there just kind of hanging onto that low line because they don't really have a horse in this race right now. They just want to, make it to pit stops. So they just kind of sit there and kind of bide their time wherever's going to get them around here the fastest. But Herman Reese going to the outside here, taking the 28 to Keith McLean with him. 25 Ron Simpson's going to go up high.
Rich
We're seeing some
Napick.
moves here.
Rich Napick also goes to the outside from 3rd.
Now we'll get a kind of good litmus test here to see how this Highline's doing. Now they got a ton of good trucks up there. Now they got a ton of numbers. Dude, they're holding pretty steady right now. Idea here when they come back off of turn 2 and they get onto the back stretch, because the Highline's going to have the advantage coming off the turn.
Right.
The Highline always gets a huge run coming off the turn.
Down the back straightaway.
Yeah, down the back straightaway and down the front straightaway. So watch this right here. Let's see what this guy 6 and Napick does.
Doesn't look like too big of a run is built. Maybe not.
Already. Kennis is at 192. That 6 got very much within distance of 195 there, and Kennis only hit about 193 miles an hour.
If you're Stick Kennis, are you going to think about blocking that outside line here? You got to, right? You got to think about it.
Straightaway. Well, they're running even with the 41 of Josh. Now I would say Kennis might have to start thinking about this. He'll get a breathing moment here going through the turns, because the high line's not going to get a big run. The low line's a lot more beneficial going through the turns, but the high line's a lot more beneficial going down the straightaways.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see here, they're going to come back with a pretty big run. It's just like, the Kennis will be able to see it coming, but the issue is you see that they can't hold that ground in the turns. And even if they pass, if they're not getting ahead of you that easily, is it really worth it to block that? Because it seems like, there's 4 turns at this track. So much this track is turn compared to straightaway that it just might not be within the best interest to be going up high to defend the field. Might just be better to stay down low and kind of let the top line burn itself out.
Continue to wait and see. What lap are we on, Ricky? Gotta keep them
right now, Joe.
Gotta keep them updated.
We got pit window 11 of 70. We got window for about 20 laps here. So
we're coming up on it quick here. These guys doing a good job of keeping things clean and green right now with the 2 lines. And I think that goes back to their trucks, right? They're a little more stable. You're not really able to close up on the tailgate, right? So you can't really get those really aggressive pushes down the straightaways even.
Yeah, you can kind of see, like I said, everyone kind of has almost like a little bubble of air on them. You can definitely bump draft, but it takes a little bit of legwork to get it done. And it's not like certain times where you can just be jumping down someone's tailgate going all the way down the back straightaway. Depending on chassis type and everything, it's just sort of a whole different ball game. And you can see it here, though. The guys up front are actually staying pretty closely locked together. Well, 73 Herman Reese actually on the back of the 6 and Napick there going into turn 3. So right now, Reese is doing exactly what he needs to, which is kind of minding that bubble, that wake of air. Make sure that he's staying close enough to the 6. He's not giving him a huge shot, mind you, but he's staying right there so he can get on his back bumper. So as opposed to if he came up and just gave him a huge shot, he'd have to spend a few laps getting that momentum back to get back to the 6th bumper. Doing this, he's probably throttled just sort of trying to maintain that little threshold he has on that bubble of air, staying close to that back bumper of the 6 so that when they touch, it doesn't send him too far back so he can get right back up there as they get to the back straightaway here. And you can see that him and the 28 are doing that right now, and they're actually starting to gap the 25 truck of Ron Simpson.
I was going to say, Ricky, it's the law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So you try to keep that energy with your truck. Don't pass it on to somebody else's, right?
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So
JTN Science tonight here.
JTN Science.
Broadcast the HOBO Racing League.
The draft is an outside variable, though.
That's true.
So, but
the system is not closed.
yeah, it's not a closed system. It is a very open. It is a very open system.
Some would even say wide open.
Wide open racing for a wide open system. But
we're engineers. Holy.
The top line's hanging pretty steady here.
Yeah.
It's gonna get tricky though because now we're lap 14 to 70 here. I figure maybe about 6 laps, if then. These guys are gonna have to start coming down pit road.
Right.
And they're gonna have to start making some decisions on when they go, who they go with, and that top line might not be the best place to be depending on what's going on. It actually might be the best place to be too. We kind of won't know until we see how many people come down the first time.
It's gonna depend on if people on the bottom are the first to come to pit road, or if everyone decides to just try to wait it out till the end of this fuel run. Right? It's a 70-lap race. So what that means is we're going to need at least 2 stops. We're going to stop here, or no, 3 stops rather. We're going to stop around lap 20, we're going to stop around lap 40, and we're going to have to stop around lap 60.
Look at chat, someone just said, I'm listening to Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Hey, that is a compliment. That is a compliment, the highest of praise.
He is a mechanical engineer, so that would be par for the course.
Look at us.
Because we're both mechanical engineers, so there you go.
I'm in training, he has a degree.
I suck at chemistry, though.
Oh, dude. Don't get me started. Did better my second class. Like, not having to take it again, but we had to take 2 chemistry classes. Oh, boy.
You see the 31 of Justin Kennis actually getting up a little bit off that high line, trying to kind of snake the 41 of Josh just a little bit.
Hey, break the draft.
Draft a little bit. And lap 16 coming to 17, so we should be seeing these stops very shortly.
Yes.
But right now, it really doesn't seem to be deterring Napick in that 6 truck on top side. He's really trying to keep this going as the 13 of Harry Kodian taps the apron a little bit, gets just a little tight there on the tri-oval.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, it's going to let the 6 kind of get back up to him a little bit, and then they're going to lose it in the turns here.
Like Herman Reese is going to make a mad dash to get to the bottom. He's going to leave that 6 out to dry. He's going to have Mark DeSenza and Austin LaPlante there in the 48. Is now the 24 Dupuis decides to go to the outside, try to lead that lane a little bit.
And honestly, I don't think it's a bad idea to not be the first one down pit road. If you can do it on the fuel run, the issue is how close are these guys running it to the fuel limit to be able to make it. The tricky issue, the tricky part when you're doing pit strategy in a big pack like this is that in your brain, the most rational solution is, okay, we'll just come down when you got like a lap left projected on fuel or something. And it's like, all right, well, if the entire field has that same idea, then you're going down pit road with the entire field, and you're very, susceptible to getting run over by somebody else. So it's a tough act play, figuring out if short pitting makes more sense or if pitting late makes more sense. But these guys are all going to have to make that decision very shortly. I think that's why you're seeing everyone kind of form up on that low line, though. They're starting to get very
choreographed.
Choreographed. I was going to say
Yep.
cordial, but
Wow.
got stuck on my teeth there.
Well, you know.
We got the front coming down pit road here, Joe. The 108 a little further back in the field, the 7 to Tom Musa, the 06 MT Johnson, Ryan Johnson, the 78, all come down pit road this time by. So there's our first takers. And I think we're going to see a big land rush here coming by this time. I'm seeing a lot of hands waving out the window.
A lot of hands waving out the window. Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this. This is where you get incidents, because you got guys that'll break at different points. It's kind of like today on the Daytona road course with the NASCAR Cup Series. People break at different points. And, well, we'll see what happens here. Coming to pit road, 31 first to come down, 41 to Josh Boyer. It's like everyone okay out of this first group to come down pit road.
Yeah, very
good.
Very nicely organized here coming down pit road. That was, I'll talk about choreographed. That was definitely choreographed.
It looks like, though, we kind of split up this front pack into 2 different packs. That's not good.
Yeah, well, we got a few of the guys out here. Ryan Johnson and Tom Musa are kind of running on their own, trying to get up to speed here. Field's going to catch them really quickly, but when they come back down pit road, those two are going to be the only ones together. It's going to be tricky with some of these bigger packs that are going to be running on track.
See if Monjon and Luzier come to pit road. They do. It looks
There
like
they come.
everybody coming to pit road except LaPlante, Descenza, and Maverick.
Very clean. Look at them down pit road. Nice and tidy.
That's fantastic. Now, I'm not
Look at
saying
that.
I
That
want a
is-
caution so I can fix our graphics, but
Things you love to see, though. And I mean that. I love seeing that. That's so satisfying when you get a whole pack of cars coming down pit road.
they don't run each other over.
One stays nice and friendly. Means we'll get a nice big pack racing again here when they get back on track.
Yep.
Now we got a few disjointed groups of trucks here that we're still waiting on. I believe just the Kennis and the 31 might be on point here when they come back line. Got to check here.
LaPlante. Oh, LaPlante, you can't. Ah! I don't know if Austin LaPlante's going to make it back around, because he had to pit there. And he couldn't.
Now these guys are merging at turn 1 too, so that's another thing. Keep an eye out for with some of these lap cars. Or lap trucks.
I have no idea who the leader's going to be, so we're just going to... I believe it'll probably be Stakenis. If not up
think
here with
it's
the 54 and the probably the 54 and 13, actually.
48
They're out in
scores
front.
48 is on the apron in neutral. He is out of gas,
Gas,
Joe.
yeah.
We're going to have to keep an eye on this because this might be a caution here. That 48 is not going to make it back. He's coasting around the apron doing 80 miles an hour.
See. Like the second group of 4 are catching what will be our 2 leaders once we cycle through. Pass them out on the outside. So right now, move that 31 of Jeff Stakenis back to the provisional lead.
Coming from charging around the outside of that building. Gilbert gets really close to the 13, but they clear him. But yeah, now the 48 of LaPlante is doing 40 miles an hour on the apron in turn 3. Let's see if we can make it back. But you guys are going to come blowing by him here. Watch this.
There he is.
There he goes.
That sucks.
Very unfortunate for that 48. You took
That
a gamble
sucks.
on that, and it really did not pan out.
I don't think I just think he wasn't able to get to pit road, Ricky. I think he was going to be coming to pit road with the 33 and 23, and there were the cars that were coming, or trucks rather, that are coming off of pit road and just kind of got stuck in that outside. He had to be what he should have done different, right? And it's really easy to say this because now we're talking in hindsight, and hindsight's 2020. That phrase, oh my goodness.
New meaning,
Hindsight's 2020, though. He probably should have just tried to stay behind the 91 and 44, kind of communicated with them a little more. Hey, guys, can you go up to the top of the track? I have to come to pit road here. But because I don't know if that communication wasn't made, or the fact that he tried to go around them on the outside, he wasn't able to come back down pit road because he was going to be slowing down right in front of the 91 truck.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so easy to... It's so hard to make that decision in the heat of the moment. So easy to look, all right, well, this is where we're screwed up. Looking back up front here, Joe. So we got this front pack here being led by Jeff Stakes of the 31, and then we got that pack of 6 there. And then right behind the 13 of Harry Codian, we got Ron Simpson of the 25 leading another pack of about 6 trucks. And then right behind the 12 of Gilbert is the rest of the field.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of trucks out there right now that are trying to chase down this front grouping. And I think they're going to accordion back together here because this second pack's got a lot more than the first pack, and then the third pack's got a lot more than the second pack. Austin LaPlante actually made it down to pit road, Joe.
What a never give up story there.
Posting, doing 5 miles an hour on pit road was box. That is quite remarkable.
My goodness.
Around the field right now, it looks like you gotta just stay single file. The problem is the second pack right now, Joe.
They're
too wide.
Yep.
I think what they want to be doing is they want to have a uniform line here. If they stay single file, they could catch these guys easily. Right now, that's just acting like a parachute here. The 12 of Chris Gilbert is doing about 195 on track right now, and the leaders of that other pack, the 6 of Rich Napick, they're only doing about 191, 190. So it's a tricky thing here, but those guys need to start forming up into some kind of single file line here if they want a chance at catching this group. And right now, it looks like that kind of
they're gonna start doing
these
it.
2 cars.
They're trying. They're trying to get singled out, Ricky.
Trying.
All right, I am actually.
All right. All right, no problem. All right, we're here, JTN, taking it radio style real quick. Joe's got to cut out the feed real quick to fix the ticker. Looking around through the field right now, that third pack's actually formed up into a single file line, being led by the 6 Rich Napick, who is back in the 12th position right now. Second single file, and Justin Kennis in the 31 still leading this field around here. Followed by the 41 of Josh Boyer in second, 59 of Sorensen in third, Keith McLean in fourth, Andre Marjan 5th spot with Harry Codian in that same pack, rounding out in 6th position. That second pack's actually starting to track down these guys lap by lap, being led by Ron Simpson in the 25. They've been single file for a while, and they have the numbers on this front grouping at the moment. So they're actually been kind of tracking them down faster than the straightaway every single time here. Keith McLean actually moves up high for a second here, kind of breaks up this front pack a little bit. That's going to let this second grouping actually get over to him even quicker than they have been. That second group's tracking them down. Meanwhile, the third group by the 6 of Napick is still trying to get formed up in the way that they need to. 24 of Daniel, a high line working in that group, and it kind of keeps breaking up that whole pack. So the 6 of Napick's trying hard right now, but they're still quite probably about at least a second or two behind the second pack, being tailed by the 12 of Chris Gilbert, who's in the 33rd position, just riding around in that pack. Up front right now, Jeff Stakes still leads with Josh Boyer behind him. That front pack, the top 3, kind of been rolling around, about bumping their way around, with the 28 and the 54 and the 13 all kind of keeping a gap on them as well. That might also factor in here to that second pack kind of track down. But as they come by this time, yeah, 46.2s being run the second pack, and 46.3s with a very high, being a 46.39 in that front pack. So that second grouping is really running about, about a 10th, some change faster than that front grouping right now. And Ron Simpson's actually starting to track down those leaders. He should be able to get, if you can close it down by a few more car lengths, more truck lengths, excuse me.
Yeah, and Ricky, I mean, we're gonna try it. We're gonna have to fix that under a yellow. So you're gonna have to keep him updated on the lap numbers. But Stekena's just doing a really good job out front right now. But like you said, that second pack is starting to catch, and this third pack, they gotta get things figured out, or else they're gonna lose any chance they have at trying to compete for a victory here.
Yeah, you know what? The other issue though here, Joe, is that lap 31, we just had pit stops right around lap 20. Well, they're gonna have somewhere around the lap 40 mark. So this second group really needs to start making sure they catch these guys. The rest of the pack with Rich Napping in the 6, they've actually been losing ground. The 6 running a 46.7 last time compared to that second pack, which was running 46 flats. Ron Simpson just ran a 45.9. So right now, this is the race between the top 11, and that's about it. And that's going to make it a lot easier for them to do stops in that second grouping. As Ron Simpson catches the back of the 13 here, he's going to look to the outside. The 13 is going to start looking. Keith McLean goes to the outside. 54 is going to go with them. These guys realize that they're not dealing with as many trucks now, so it's here to manipulate the numbers to get that high line moving. So Keith charge at it here. But it looks like Herman Reese is going to stay to the inside. These two are going to be the only ones up, Joe.
Oh, shoot, Simpson, bad bump.
Yeah, just a little bit of bumper grab. Ron Simpson immediately checks out of it. He's like, why did I leave that high line? But, I think Simpson was just trying to see if he could get something there from behind the 28. And they're looking again. I wonder if these guys are kind of coordinating with each other in any capacity. Trying to see if they can get that high line working. You see that every time one of them goes up high, then the other ones follow.
Mm-hmm.
See if the 25 Simpson goes up here. He's definitely thinking about it, but he keeps bailing out on it to kind of keep the draft up the 94 Lucier.
Right.
The 94 Lucier. So we'll see here. There goes the 28 again to that outside. Now he's going to be past Simpson for 5th position, or 6th position. Going to fall in line here to kind of catch some wind off that 94. They just got to right back out to that high line. And Keith McLean actually making a part here with just 2 trucks to the outside. The 94 Lucier is going to put him fighting for that top 5 spot. We'll see if anyone else goes with him. Right now, if you see that 28 truck making moves like that, you know that he can do that. I would say that's enough trust. That would be enough to put it that he can make that highlight work, because he was moving there for a second. But he's going to fall in line for the second and kind of recoup as these guys catch 2 lap trucks.
Yep.
The 06 and the 108 running around at the bottom here.
So look at what McLean does. He immediately goes to the outside. And I wonder if he's going to try to trap... Oh, those lap trucks do a good job. They go to the outside there. I was going to say, I wonder if he's going to try to trap these guys behind the lap traffic. Here, but... Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Looking in chat here right now, Joe. Breaking
news
from across the racing world that Tommy Bordeaux has won the Fast Renegade Cup Series tonight. Of the Daytona road course. So congratulations to Tommy, who is of the infamous Tommy's World.
There's the 19 of Rod Weston.
Better podcast with you.
Yeah, right? There's the 19 of Rod Weston back here in the second pack. And this second pack, Ricky, these guys got to get singled out here. You got to get singled out.
I'm very concerned here, Joe. They're more than 2 turns behind these guys. We got pit stops coming up in about five laps here. They can't catch these guys. That really is going to be kind of... I don't want to say that's all she wrote, because we still got plenty of time left in this race. We're on lap 36, so we're at the halfway point right now in this race. But it's a big task, because they're going to be already at a disadvantage to the leaders when they come down pit road. They're really going to have to be hoping that something happens, because these leaders have been putting up such fast times. The trucks in that pack of Rich Napping and the 21 Steve Rubino are side by side. We're talking about making that highline work. But that third pack's making it work right now, but it's the one time you probably don't want it to be working. I was going
to say, it's working against them probably more so. I mean, their real opportunity to catch was when these top 12 were split up into 2 separate groups. Now they're together as 12. There's a little more side-by-side racing, but Man, I mean, it's just a wasted opportunity because if you guys would have got single filed out, oh, we got a car around, our truck around. That's going to be our first yellow of the night.
54 Monchion, he's going to be right in the middle of the track here. Hopefully these guys are slowing up for him. Looks like they will be.
He's down there on the apron. Oh, and he retires.
And he is off track.
That's going to be our first yellow of the night. Let's get you a replay real quick. Then we're going to stop the stream, get you your lap counter, and hopefully get everything squared away for the rest of this race. But
Boyer had his hand waving out the window there, Joe. He was just called out that he was pitting, so good timing by the 50.
Oh, he got
51.
contact from Herman Reese to the left rear.
Ooh. Looks like these guys are running side by side, and I think Reese was trying to follow the 25 of Simpson, who took a little bit of a higher line. You're whoever's the closest draft there, which in this case would have been the 25 around Simpson. Like I said, these trucks don't draft that great when you start getting at a distance.
Right.
So Reese really need to stay behind that 25 to get that draft rolling, keep that speed up, and I think right at that same time, 54 was kind of taking that center line. That's a tough break for the 54. Been good all night, but that's gonna put an end to his night early here. You know, halfway, Joe. Not bad for first caution at Daytona. 37 laps before he had to throw the yellow on this one.
There we go. Oh, the lap score should be fixed too, so we didn't even have to stop the stream, Ricky. Look at that. But first yellow of the night. Working lap 38 of 70. We're just past halfway, which was presented by, I always forget, and I apologize to the TMP Racing League folks, but TMP Racing League halfway. If you're looking for a league to race for, Monday nights, there's none any better, words, than the TMP Racing League. Head over to their Facebook page, just search TMP Racing League on Facebook to find out more about how you can sign up. Ricky, what do you need? You need a wheel, and you need a good attitude to go race with some of the best at the TMP Racing League. You got Cup Series racing, you have IndyCar ASRA racing, as well as the late models. Always a fun time there at the TMP Racing League.
Well, everyone's going to come down pit road here and top it off on fuel and tires. Duke Sorensen and the 73 of Herman Reese come off pit road.
Did they miss their boxes?
It looks like Herman Reese might have missed his box. Duke Sorensen might have been the same story because they didn't really stop.
That's not good.
We come off pit road with Stakanis at first, Boyer in second, Mark DeSenza in third position. A few trucks here that are going to take a wave around. Right now, 19 of Rod Weston is probably going to be scored as leader this time by. We'll have to see if that holds, because I imagine he does have to pit. Yeah, he'll be scored as leader, but that's only dependent on if he comes back down this time by. Joe, now this is going to be interesting. Lap 40 here. Well, these guys all came in, got fuel on lap basically 39 here. We'll probably go green with like 40, 41. It's pretty much.
It's just a one-stop race.
Perfectly in tow with our pit cycle for tonight, our pit window for tonight, which means they'll have to pit again with about 10 laps to go, and that's going to be tricky here because that means you really want to be in the front. You really want to be in the fast group here, or somewhere in that front shuffle when you come down for pit stops. You're only going to have 10 laps to come down pit road and do your bit, and do your deed, and then also get back on track, and then have to catch the field again. So the leaders are definitely going to benefit from that. You really want to be running up front for that. So I think we're going to see a lot of these guys starting to vie for that front position. Or maybe just wait on a caution, because if we get, if we run another 10 laps, then a pit stop basically gets you to the end of the race.
Right.
So we'll have to see, but Rod Weston staying out. So that 19 truck is still scored as a leader, with Austin LaPlante in 34th position. That 48 is currently 3 laps down. So I don't think if the 19 pits, then the 48 will get a lap back. But for the moment, I don't think he's going to get a wave around.
What was that, Ricky? I'm sorry. I had Bristol in my ear.
19 is in front at the moment. 48 is behind him in 34th position, 3 laps down. If he's going to wave around, he'd try need the 90
pit.
to pit here. Yeah.
You would think Weston would pit. I mean, we were right, unless he already pit. Was he already on pit road when that caution came out?
I don't believe so.
I believe he was one of the first to come to pit road.
No, it looks like Rod Weston came down pit road on lap 21, so you'd think he'd be good to lap 41. So we'll see what he does here. He could be staying out just for the sake of getting the lap lead.
Hey,
We'll
bonus points. They matter.
Yeah, bonus points do factor in here, so. The 108 taking his lucky dog. Dog Palmer taking the lucky dog, naturally. And take a quick look through the field here. Pretty good so far, Joe. 40 laps into the 70-lap race, more than halfway. And of the 34 cars that started tonight, 29 are on the lead lap. Only one's actually off track, technically, the 54. But pretty good.
Like Weston's going to come to pit road here. I'll give LaPlante a wave around. Pretty good for Daytona. I'm sorry, Ricky. Yes. Pretty good for Daytona.
And yeah, here comes a 19 down pit road, so the 48 will get that wave around. We should be getting a 1 to go right here. You know, Joe, do you ever just say that and then just hope that it goes to 1 to go?
I feel like you gotta kind of manifest it, right?
Yeah, because I find at times I say it and then I don't actually know if it's 1 to go. I just know it's a 50-50 shot that it's going to be 1 to go, considering how long it's been.
Right.
So whenever I say we should be going 1 to go, I have no faith in what I'm saying.
Well, you know what I have faith in, Ricky?
What?
That you can get some of the best merch deals on the JTN merch store right now. The Bristol Producer Tee, $14.99 tonight only. Head over to the JTN merch store to get yours. It's a super soft shirt, and it's got the best dog producer in all the land. Bristol, our producer. It's the Bristol Producer Tee. He wanted to do a little special for you folks at home for all your support. Head over again to our Teespring, or Spring now, it's called, merch store. So buy your Bristol Producer Tee, Ricky, as well as our throwback merch now available on the JTN merch store with the beautiful Speed JTN, the Speed-esque JTN logo. Have shirts, hoodies, and stickers. I actually just ordered my hoodie. I know you got a t-shirt coming in the mail. A fantastic merch option there, as well as also, folks, these are upcoming races presented by TWB Technologies. Together we're better. The US Oil Cup Series returns to JTN this Saturday night, 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time, from the best racetrack in the world, the Bristol Motor Speedway. The ASRA National Championship follows that Monday, March 1st, from Laguna Seca. Little lefty-righty turns for us up here in the booth, Ricky. Then we go back to Daytona with the US ORL Cup Series, 10:40 p.m. Eastern. TMP Late Models March 15th at Disney World. And then the US ORL Cup Series at New Hampshire, which, Ricky, I think you're going to be up there in the booth with me for that one. But before any of that happens, we're going to be going back green here.
Go back green, pace truck going down pit road. Jeff Stokowski's going to be leading him back, waiting for that green light. Here he comes, and we are green flag back here at Daytona, lap 42 of 70 of tonight's race.
And you can finally see what lap it is at home.
Hey!
Hey!
Jeff Stokowski gets a pretty good jump on the field there. I don't know if he necessarily wanted that, because it's going to give Boyer a pretty good run, but at the same time, does Boyer really want to take a pass on that?
I don't think it's too bad. It's only, what, about half a truck, maybe?
Yeah,
It's not bad. I'm good with that.
This really saved a lot of trucks out here, Joe. They're very spread out right now, but like I said, 29 trucks on the lead lap right now.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me check that. 30 currently, actually, because 13, not 13, the 108, the lucky dog. So now we have 30 trucks on the lead lap. They're all on track here. A lot of that pack was about to lose a ton of ground to the leaders on pit stops. They basically get a saving grace here. They get a second chance. So now they got to form back up, sort of make a charge at this.
Like Steve Rubino making a charge. You see that Hobo red and white truck about 7th or 8th in line behind that red and black truck of Ron Simpson. Trying to make some passes. Can't do it below that yellow line, though, Ricky, because that's Danger Town.
Yeah, that's a no-no zone. You don't want to be down there making passes. And right now, Rubino and the 86 of Darryl Brown, only trucks on that high line right now. I think they're trying to see if they can get some people up there with them. It's early enough that I think if some people start moving up, though, if these guys are up there, that some people will start moving up to go with them. Mm-hmm. But they're going to be dropping until they get that help, though.
Ooh, Dupuis had a big run there. He thought about taking it 3 wide with Maverick and that 86 of Brown. Oh, farther back, right. Martello around. That's Larry D as well. Or Manny D, which, Larry D, I was right. But that's going to be our second yellow of the night. Let's see. Get you a replay.
It looks like the 188 of Larry D Larry D hit the wall on the front straightaway during the start-finish line. And it looked like he scrubbed off a bit of speed there. And he was trying to come back down, I think, to fall in line behind the 16 of sort of miscalculated it.
Let's go look from our Route 1 Auto Services helmet cam. Yeah, he's completely out of the throttle, it seems like, too. Or at least he let off, he hit that wall, and then swung it back down. It's peculiar.
Yeah, I was wondering if he had some connection issues or some wheel issues there, because it was a weird spot to hit the wall, right up on, like, at the start-finish line in the tri-oval. Usually aren't gonna hit the wall there too hard in most cases. But, I don't know, it's a interesting spot, but for the moment, it looks like those two are gonna get away pretty spotless, Joe.
Hey, you'd love to see it.
A lot of damage, moderate damage tonight, so there's only so much that it's gonna do on small spin, small contact, and the 16 in the 188 definitely. Oh, we got 57 around.
No! What happens here? He just came up too quick on the pack. I mean, these guys are all really slow. Oh, right into the back of the 710 of Manny D.
Oh, that is a big shot, Manny D.
Good thing.
And then the 17 gets into the back of the 34 right up ahead of him, and the 34 goes for a quick spin.
A little bit, looks like a little bit of nose damage to that 34.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot. I don't know what the word is on that, but can't imagine that they got away scot-free, no damage on that.
Oof. You hate to see it under caution, too.
Yeah. Well, you're always got to be really careful when you're catching the field that you're not, even if you're, in a place like this, you're not speeding around the track too fast, because if you don't know when they're slowing up, then you kind of put yourself in that spot where obviously you have to short stop and hope that you don't run into the guy in front of you, or the guy behind you doesn't run into you. It's easier to sort of keep a light footer on this place under caution. 57's got a bit of rear end damage as well, so we'll have to see how 57 truck, again, another thing in the jar. We'll have to see how that handles, but might do a little bit of aero damage for him.
Well, you know how you can stay up to date with all the best NR 2003 online racing?
No, how?
Head on over to our JTN Facebook page and hit like, and head on over to our JTN Twitter page and hit follow. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe here to JTN, the JoeTowNetwork. Appreciate you if you did. It's the best way to support us here at JTN, as always. Great chat tonight. We got some great numbers coming in so far, with viewership numbers as well as watch time, which is actually something I like to look at a lot, Ricky, because we like to see that people stick around and watch these broadcasts, and they get to hear all of our lovely, lovely insights about these races and see some great racing action, whether it be the HOBO Racing League, TMP Racing League, and ASRA. The United States Online Racing League's late Saturday nights, the Excel Racing or AS Racing, coming up here at the end of the month of March for our first race with them on a Thursday night shootout at Talladega. That'll be something fun. You'll probably see that coming ever so slightly, working its way up here on this graphic. Our TWB Technologies, together we are better. Upcoming races on JTN, because together we are better, Ricky. We're better with the fans at home tuning in and chatting with us, asking us questions throughout the race. Always like to interact with you guys in chat. Next race, February the 27th, the USORL Cup Series from Bristol. Our producer Bristol really excited for that one, of course. 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time this Saturday night. Then next Monday, not tomorrow Monday, but the following Monday, the ASRA National Championship Indy Cars from Laguna Seca, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to make some left-hand turns and some right-hand turns out there in California. March the 6th, the USORL Cup Series from Daytona, back here at the World Center of Racing, Ricky, for see if Noah Joyce can win another one at this 2.5 mile super speedway. Coverage starts 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the TMP late models from, well, Ricky, we're going to be going to Disney World Speedway, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time there. And then March the 20th, the USORL Cup Series from New Hampshire, which I believe you'll be joining me on the call for that race. How's that sound?
Yeah, I guess I will be.
Yeah, go to Ricky's home track.
I feel like you chose that on purpose.
Well, you know. But coverage of that race will start at 10:40 p.m. Eastern Time.
Happy to do it.
Let's go.
What they said, TMP, together we were better. Well, you know what else is about to get better? This race here, because now we got some pit strategy coming into play. We're still under caution here. Saw a whole ton of trucks. Last time by, come down pit road. Closer to the back. The 34, the 57, 00, 06, 1948, the 9. Some of these guys, out of the 12 as well, some of these were a lap down, but it did bring an interesting point that we're going to get going green. They're going to hit the line here. Let's go out in the pace truck. We have one to go here. Again, 50% confidence, 50% confidence. Yeah, we got one to go
Look
here.
at you.
This is on lap 48, so we're going to go green on lap 49. We are
Right outside
very
the
close
window.
to that window. And here comes Rob Simpson, Rob Heath, Harry Kodian, Herman Reese. Some of these guys that we've seen up front all night. Jay Hinsky, Fane Martel, Fugate back down, Ryan Johnson in, Andre Ayon back in, 48 LaPlante back in. You guys are Doug Palmer and Chris Gilbert, who I think are both a lap down at the moment. Excuse me, Doug Palmer. But Rod Weston, we got a few guys here that are going to come down and they're going to go green. They should be able to save this lap and basically be able to say that they're 20 laps to the good when we go green here with like 21 laps to go. So,
well, and these guys that stayed out, they're going to want a caution, right? Because you do not want to make a green flag pit stop. And then also these guys that pit, I mean, they get a caution, right? And they're still sitting pretty because they can stay out. We know tires aren't that big of a deal, so you don't have to come down and take tires. And you'll be fine on fuel with a yellow because you'll be able to just clutch it around here and save 2 or 3 laps.
Honestly, if these guys have to pit, they might even be a better spot because they're going around here so fast. These guys that come down pit road, they're going to have to put, they're probably going to have to put more fuel in the truck than some of these guys further back. They'll probably have to take a splash. You guys will probably have to take like half a can of fuel, if not a can.
That's a big time difference. That's a
very
big
time
difference.
Even without taking tires or anything, that could really factor into this. So keep an eye out. Some of these guys further back, these guys taking up the back of the field right now, these guys all pitted. Keep an eye out here for those guys because that could be where the race-winning move comes from if we stay green to the end here.
Well, field coming off of turn 4. Jeff Stakenis going to lead them back to green. Josh Boyer, Mark DeSenza, Keith McLean, and Ronald Lucier, your top 5. Down into the tri-oval we go. Flagman, green flag in hand, and we're back racing from Daytona. And again, a big jump from this 31. Gotta be careful about doing that later as this race gets later and later.
Yeah, because at some point, these guys aren't going to want to stay in line with it. Josh Boyer in the 41 might, but DeSenza probably, I don't know if DeSenza would. I don't know if Keith McLean would. A lot of these guys back here are going to start getting antsy and want to go to that high line. They don't want to ride behind someone that's making a big jump on the field. You see 33 and Mark DeSenza going to the outside.
33 Wrangler machine. He's going to have help from the 28 Haviland machine. Where have I seen that before?
And we'll see if the 33 can get a run coming down the front straightaway here. That low line's kind of disjointed at the moment. That might be their best bet here for DeSenza to make a charge of the lead. You see he's got a quarter panel to the inside of the 31. And they're going to be side by side here coming across the line, Joe.
Yeah, this is the first real challenge we've seen for Jeff Stakenis there in that 31 truck. 31 on the bottom, 33 up top. DeSenza trying to make the pass on the guy that's led most of this race all night. Jeff Stakenis on the bottom. Stakenis comes up a little bit through turns 1 and 2. Goes back to hug that yellow line. DeSenza kind of just holding his line through the corner, hoping that bottom lane doesn't come up too much. They're still side-by-side drag racing down the back straightaway.
And Joe, those lines are even now. That top and that bottom of the pack, that's all bunched together right now. They basically have the same number on the top that they do at the bottom at the moment. So this really is a dead heat between these two. Watch this, 33 and Mark DeSenza is going to get a great run here coming down the front straightaway. It was side by side last time here. Let's see if the 33 can lead this lap. He gets a big bump from Keith McLean coming down to the line. And the
still going to be Stakenis.
Yeah, 31's still going to lead it.
Yeah, Stakenis, that you get that little bit of cut through the tri-oval since you have that corner. We talk about how the bottom line has an advantage here through 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 where the top's going to get that run down the back straightaway. If you're DeSenza, you want to really hope that you can get a big enough push down this back straightaway, kind of maybe start about even with the right rear wheel, and we got a caution.
Oh, we got a big incident in the back here, Joe. Oh, there's a big wad of trucks. 14, the 108, 38, the 19, the 57, the 17, 12. Oh, my goodness. These are all the trucks we were talking about that just took fuel, too.
Well, they didn't want to do this. What happened?
Oh,
All right.
big incident here.
No one shot to the moon this time, so that's good. Here's the replay.
17 came down a little bit in his line, but Harry Kodian came up quite a bit from that low line. And the 17 push rod just goes for a ride here. Gets into the wall, the 00 bounces off of Larry D, and then gets T-boned by the 17 while still in the turn mid-spin. And the 00 just goes for an absolute sail. And the 73 of Herman Reese gets a hard shot there too. Flex a 14 of Hinsky, the 38 of Rob Heath.
Oh,
30 Ray. Oh my goodness, the 34 of Andre Rayom. Literally no space between the 34 and the 14, and Rayom gets through that. Then a few more trucks pile in behind this. Trying to let up. It's coming to a slow stop here, but very unfortunate for a lot of these trucks out here who are all having we're all pretty much in the good position here with mileage.
See what Ricky was talking about. Here's Rayom in the 34. Oh, yeah, a little close.
Yeah. He gets on that brake, takes it up high, and they sees the 14 coming and cuts it left. Oh man, he just barely missed that. I think if he'd hooked the 14, it really wouldn't get a lot of damage into that. And that's a lot less of a headache for that 34, not having to deal with that. But now Joe, everyone can make it on fuel. So now it's a mad dash to the finish. Everyone's going down.
Literally that 14 car.
Actually, I spoke too soon, Joe. Let's see. We got a few trucks that stayed out here of that second group.
Well, yeah.
Aaron Reese is out. Ryan Johnson, the 78,
They're
stayed
good.
out. Larry D, Ron Simpson, Bugay, Rayum, Martel, John Palmer stays out, and then Austin Plant, who's still 2 laps down, stays out. But yeah, you're right. They are probably good. It's just surprising how close they are on fuel right now. I didn't expect them to kind of go the opposite strategy there, but yeah, it's 73 of Herman Reese. He is saving right now. So Reese is the interesting one because I don't think Herman Reese came down and topped off like these guys. Just out there right now to save. Or did he? Actually, I think he did. Did he?
I thought he did. I thought you said he did.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right.
That was your reporting, not mine.
My apologies. Yes, he did. Herman Reese out there,
Take
same
notes.
strategy. Take notes. My brain is a little fried right now.
These guys that are pitting now, though, I mean, they've all been drafting with each other throughout the night. So, I mean, they're going to at least have a little confidence trying to work with each other to get back to the front.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just we'll have to see how these guys handle this. Larry D right now holding point here. But you see, they're all saving a lot. They're saving a lot. They're
Hey, you got to maintain pace speed, boys.
yeah. Well, I mean, in normal normal NASCAR, that is definitely a case.
That was definitely where you're losing that spot, bud.
In NR 2003.
Not so much.
NASCAR Race 2003 season, I think it does have a threshold somewhere down the line that if you're like stopped on the track, it'll start giving up positions for you. But
yeah, these boys ain't stopping on the track.
you could go pretty slow. You could go pretty slow, and it's not gonna.
Yeah.
Need to be like spun around for it to
Figure it out.
Yeah, there's a lot there that needs to happen for it to give up a position, but usually it does not do that without a fight.
That 12 truck of Gilbert going on by. Chris Gilbert out of New Hampshire.
I know that
Lobster.
place.
Lobster.
Lobster.
We're down in Daytona.
It'll be a wicked finish here, Joe.
Dude, we're wrapping up Daytona coverage, aren't we?
Yeah, I know. It makes me a little sad. It's like the end of Christmas.
Season is now officially underway for HOBO Racing, officially underway for NASCAR Cup Series racing. Crazy race today on the road course. Kind of been a backwards race from what we saw Tuesday night here with the HOBO Cup Series. We saw a lot of wrecks early in that race, and then we went green to the end. Now it seems like we went green for the start, and now we're starting to see these wrecks. Why is that? Was it just maybe guys maybe a little more timid at the start of this one, knowing what happened Tuesday, or?
I think it is. You know, I think it's definitely been guys a little more timid, a little more on their toes for a lot of this race, making sure that they make it to the end, playing defense. Because we had a lot of cars get banged up in Tuesday's race, so I think a lot of these guys want to make sure they make it to the end here tonight. And I think at this point now you have to start making moves. You guys are you're kind of a little more desperate at the moment to get draft off of people and make passes. That being said, I mean, what we've had, for instance, so far tonight haven't been huge ones. That's something to kind of keep your hat. But at the same time, though, that's kind of a matter of luck too. If you have two guys getting together, you can have it happen anywhere at Daytona. It just so happened this time, it happened back twice. But we'll see what happens here a little later on this race. At the moment, the 33 is now off the track. Not 33, the 00. My apologies. The 00 is off the track of Gary Jackson, who went for a wild ride in that wreck naturally. At the moment, we'll still have 30 cars on the lead lap here, though, Joe. The 12
Trucks.
of the trucks. I keep doing that. Chris Gilbert took the way around, and we're getting the one to go here. So.
Whew.
We'll get the one to go with the lineups looking like this, at least for the top 10. Larry D in that 188, making a big strategy play here in the first position. Herman Reese in second, Ryan Johnson third, Ron Simpson fourth, Bugate fifth, Andre Rayom in the sixth position. For that wreck avoidance master, Andre Rayom is what we should call him all night. Doug Palmer with a big comeback here in seventh position. Jeff Stekenis in eighth, ninth of Josh Boyer, and the 10th position will go to Rich Napick. And really, that line of cars that stayed out stops at Dog Palmer. So Stekenis from 8th on back, all these guys probably have extra assurance on fuel, but then the 108 on forward, these guys are clutching it big time right now. The 73 getting down close to that apron there. In theory, the car is a little less resistance getting around on that apron, but
Hey, you're stretching it a little bit with it's a video game. Come on, Ricky.
I'm sorry, immersion. I forgot when I actually started.
Sometimes we do
analyzing
immersions,
mode.
sometimes we don't. We play fast and loose with the rules here.
It probably does help to be on that apron. It's less resistance. The truck's not trying to stay up on the banking. The vehicle is not getting as much resistance to move.
Right.
So,
Right.
clutching on the
Yep,
apron.
yep.
73 is doing exactly what it should be.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
Now he's got to hit that go pedal here.
Hey, you gotta hit the loud pedal here. You're coming to, 15 laps to go in this one. It's gonna be a mad dash to the finish. Pace truck is off. Larry D leading him back to the line here. Into the restart zone we go, and green flag. We're back racing from Daytona. And again, leader gets a big jump on the field. Don't want to do that again in these late stages.
Yeah, I don't know about this. Herman Reese, I don't think he's going to go with the 188. The 188 is actually staying a little further up high.
He wants that middle lane. He wants that middle lane.
He might actually be, but here comes the 73. We'll see if someone goes with him or if he makes a move here. Problem is, these guys are saving on fuel, especially at 73 Herman Reese, who's really been saving fuel. He might want to just stay in the draft here. He might just want to try to run the rest of these guys out. He might want to run Larry D out of gas and let him take that front point.
Oh,
but
Larry D!
Going up high here, and that's going to let Herman Reese on the inside and Herman Reese on the apron.
Oh my goodness, he
Larry
gets
D
back
is
in line. And that's
handling a difficult truck right
Josh
now.
Boyer blew up!
41 of Boyers around.
Oh my
this is a big
goodness!
one.
Doug Palmer through the air. Cars getting out of trucks. Are now
It's
cars.
a big one here.
It's a big one.
Steve Rubino over on his roof. The 59 of Duke Sorensen now is a 65. Oh goodness.
It's a parking lot out here, Ricky. It's
Oh,
a parking lot.
My goodness, Joe.
I'm just hoping the game don't crash. Hey, looks like we're okay.
Man, where do I even begin with this one?
Beats me.
Man, it's. I mean, so we know how that happens here, which is
Right.
very unfortunate here for Josh Boyer. That 41, it just blows up. You almost can't see that smoke there, but happens right in front of the 94 of Ron Lucier, and 41 can't do anything. The problem is when you blow a motor, the car just immediately starts dropping speed, like way more. It's almost like someone just hit the brakes, and the 94 can't go anywhere, so he just hits the 41 and takes the 73 around with him, and then a little further back, it's like the 34 gets a 108 into the wall and up into the air, about 5 stories above the racetrack. Oh, he gets up into the catch fence. He's doing cartwheels, and then the entire field is closing in behind him. There's cars wrecking and flipping that weren't even in this initial contact.
On board here with Steve Rubino in the 21. Look at how that 108 just got flung up there like it was just like a disc or something.
Yeah, and then he got like a double whammy there. 710 can't do anything. 710's along for the ride right now, and he just backs into the 108. The 108 goes flipping into the floor. 59 Duke Sorensen, the 6 in Napic. Oh my goodness, so many good trucks that were over on the roof in this. We'll have to see. There's a ton of guys on pit road right now. We'll have to see who kind of comes out clean on this, but 73 of Herman Reese off pit road already, so that's promising. Comes a 9 of the 23 Maverick. Napic's still down there. 710's coming out. 24's coming out. McLean is getting a sawzall taking that 28, and he is now off and away. Oh, there's some guys here though, Joe. 38 of Rob Heath still sitting there. 6 of Napic.
I mean, they just kept wrecking through that, man.
There's a lot of trucks out here hurt. Pushrod is absolutely battered. The rear of that truck, the 34 is like, the 34's got like some weird aero strategy here. Look how dented in the 34 Andre Rayom's truck is. It's a good way to get some air on that back spoiler, but the problem is too, I think you want that spoiler out of the air. Man, such a tricky spot here. And that really helps Larry D, though, and Jeff Stekenis, because they can save fuel now.
Yep.
So they really should be good to roll
Well,
here.
Stekenis was good because he just pit.
Oh, yeah, you're
It's
right.
Larry D that's got to worry about the gas.
Larry D's pretty much good to roll here, then.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness me.
Here, I mean, back live now. Here's who's left.
Man, here's what's left, but of who's like Steve Rubino's in. Oh, we'll see here when they come across the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Steve Rubino should be in 7th, and that truck was very clearly flipping, and it's still out on track. Oh my goodness, Joe, this one's a There's a lot of hurt trucks out there.
Tommy Bordeaux with the best expert analysis. What a horrific crash.
Man, there's some. The 6 of Napic's still on pit road here, so unfortunately, I think Rich Napic will go a lap down. It's probably going to be his night, even if he gets back on track. Man, this is a matter of God, I don't even know. I almost feel like I could make a count of who didn't get caught in that wreck, Joe.
I think everyone got caught in that wreck. Who's out? Is anyone out? Who's out? Read them off. Everybody's out. Big jump.
31. Let's see. Let's see if we can get you kind of a tally here as we go through this.
While you're doing that, the Bristol producer tee, tonight only, and only tonight, $14.99, JTN merch store. Go get it now. Low price. Lowest actually price on the JTN merch store is this Bristol producer tee. So if you want that JTN merch, you really want it, this shirt is for you. It's a soft comfort tee. It's silky smooth, Ricky, and it's got everybody's favorite good boy Bristol, our producer, on it. So Bristol producer tee, $14.99 tonight only, JTN merch store linked below. And what's that tally, Ricky?
First of all, the 91 of Rogers there had an amazing wreck point, so that should be taken into account here. But I'm only getting about 5 trucks right now, Joe. I can immediately see that didn't take like a considerable amount of contact in this front pack, and then there were a few guys in the back that just let up. So maybe 5. I don't know, 5. Maybe like 6. Maybe like 6, 7, 8. Maybe 8 trucks. 8 or 9 trucks. But a lot of, even some of these trucks that are up here took a shot. Like as we go 1 to go here, like Fugate got a little bit of a clip, but I count him as missing it because he just shot someone a little bit, but didn't really get any damage. But like the 94 definitely got a piece of that. The 78 got broadsided, I think, by the 94, but they came across the line, so it scored him as 5th and 6th. The 91 had a fantastic pass on that. I don't know how he got through that wreck, but he definitely did.
That's the golden example of the only safe place is when you're the leader, it seems like, right? That's...
Yeah. If Rogers, if I was him, I'd go buy a lottery ticket tomorrow because he is rolling on some kind of lucky streak at the moment.
Who is?
The 91 of Jeff Rogers.
He's still... Where is he?
He's in the 8th position. He just got through that entire wreck without any damage.
Oh, yeah.
That purple and black
There it
car.
is. A lot of trucks, though, with damage. It's going to kind of affect the way this race goes. If these guys can't build momentum, can't build runs, SpaghettiOs, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to be spilling SpaghettiOs out here. It's a racetrack, not a pasta bowl.
It makes it slick, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to be racing through SpaghettiOs.
That's why they say SpaghettiOs.
Exactly. That was Chef Boyardee used to say that when he thought someone was missing SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. Yo, can you tell that I'm tired?
No, never. No, but we're having a fun time here at JTN. Thank you so much for all you for tuning in. We're about to go back Green Flag Racing. It'll be our TWB 10 to go, so we'll get our word from TWB in just a moment. But Larry D going to lead them back. Jeff Stakanis, Jeff Fugate, your top 3. Ron Simpson and Ronald Luzier, your top 5 here. Coming back 10 laps to go, Ricky. It's what we call a shootout. 10 final circuits around the Daytona International Speedway. Into the restart zone we go. Green flag, we're back racing, and Stakanis with a really good jump. He's going to get to the inside of Larry D going through the tri-oval.
Stakanis took no time in making sure he hung that 188 out to dry. He was hungry for that lead, and he's going to go back here to the front. That 9 of Fugate giving him a big push.
And this is our TWB 10 to go. Head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com. From porches to patios to more, GardenLightsDirect.com has the hookup. That's GardenDirect. GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com. This was your TWB 10 to go. Oh, we got contact further on back, and that's gonna bring out... No, it won't bring out a caution. Holy... Now we got a caution.
Now we got a caution.
Now we got Rex. Big junk. Herman Reese involved once again.
Area 3.
The Sens are getting turned around. We're racing back to the line. Big junk. What'd I tell you? It's just a reverse of what happened the other night.
I think you jinxed it by saying that, honestly. It's alright, I'm a jinx on everything that we do, so...
That's why we can't pick who's going to win anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's Randall Coleman.
Yeah.
You could pick Randall Coleman.
Exactly. All right, this looks like it starts with the 44 Dan Rubino and the 86 car truck of Daryl Brown going into turn 3. So this is where we saw that white truck. Yeah, Rubino just shoots down to the apron, does a good job of collecting it. Keller further on back, and then he's going to make contact with Hinsky and Steve Rubino. Then we got more crashing behind him. Do the checkups. More crashing. And we're just keep crashing.
A great save by Steve Rubino, though, to not completely bin that thing, but
you don't like to bin it.
Right behind him, the 57 car Keller hit the wall there, and he's trying to recover it, and just got caught in a bad spot, being 3 wide with 14.1. So the truck came back down the track. Didn't really have a ton of wiggle. Very unfortunate for that 57 truck, which is taking a beating in the last 10 laps. Herman DeReese gets caught in that one too, which was also taking quite a beating. 48 still 2 laps down, Joe, so we're going to be kind of sitting out here for a few laps. So that we kind of time it, you know, so we have to wait here. We should be going back green, finish out this race, unless we get another caution. In that case, they will definitely be racing back to the line. So I think anything from this point out is going to be race. If we get another caution, be prepared for a race ending call.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boyo, let us...
Like that 12 with Gilbert.
Oh, no.
Chris Gilbert looks okay. I mean, there's a lot of trucks that still look like they're okay. They're still in raceable shape.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of trucks that look okay. They're kind of mired in the back of a ton of trucks that aren't okay, if that makes sense. Like, some of these guys...
They're gonna get held up.
There was like a swath of like slow trucks in the back of like guys all throughout the field that were jumping out of the line because we hit the green flag and it was like, oh wait, it's not going. So it's gonna be tricky. The further back you are among some of those trucks that are kind of trying to limp it to the end here, the harder it's gonna be. And my phone's dead, so I cannot check chat. So Joe, you gotta check chat.
Oh, I gotcha.
If anyone says anything.
They hate you.
All right, awesome. Fantastic. I hate myself too.
No, Ricky. No, that's not funny. Not here.
Okay, but how about later?
Well,
When we're not here?
no. Well, no.
How about tomorrow here?
We're not
No one's
racing
on.
tomorrow.
I know. You just say it in the booth. No one's going to be here.
What's gonna be here?
No one's going to be here. Come in the booth. I can say I hate myself, and then we leave.
Ricky.
Go to the line here.
Can you tell why Ricky isn't on the Fake Racers podcast? Because he's a little too edgy for us.
Think. Nope.
Didn't work that time.
Didn't work.
At least two more laps of yellow, so it looks like going back lap 66.
I also don't have a webcam. That might also
Well,
be
you
a bit
know.
of an issue. But, you know. Just, I mean...
We had a fantastic Daytona road course race today.
Oh, we did.
We did. And we've seen a fantastic show by this guy out front, Jeff Stekenis.
Yeah, that 31 team's really been playing the right, had the right cards the entire race. You know, he got ahead on the green flag pit strategy, was in the front back before that caution at the halfway point. He basically took the right call on pit strategy, came down, got fuel. Now he's totally good to go. Doesn't have to worry about it at all. Made some aggressive moves, made a great pass on that restart. Kind of strategically got the jump on the 188 of Larry D there to take the lead there on the restart. Jeff Stekenis has been running an absolutely fantastic race tonight. Really got to applaud him for that here, as we probably jinxed him as well. But
Why would you do that?
We already did it. We started saying good things about him. That means we already jinxed him. The damage is already done. I think Jeff Dekanis is good enough that he can rise above our jinx, but...
We talked to him. He finished third Thursday night, was taken out at the Cup race here at Daytona. When we talked to him Thursday night after a third place finish, he talked about, we asked about getting some momentum going after a tough start to the season at Daytona on Tuesday night for the Cup Series, and he talked about how it was a really good start for them in the mods, right? He wanted to get as many points as he could early on in the season, just see where the chips fall, or cards fall, whatever. And talked about really looking forward to this race here tonight. Really liking super speedways, really liking the racing with these trucks, and we know Stakanis is one of the guys that's always up front in these Truck Series races, and he's doing that again tonight here at Daytona. And yeah, you talk about Daytona, anybody can win, but more often than not, the guys winning are the same guys over and over and over again because they have these things figured out as the pace truck lights are off.
Pace truck lights are off here, so we'll be going green at lap 66. So a 5-lap shootout here, Joe. I think if we get another caution, that's going to be race ender right there.
Yeah, that'll be race ender. Don't want to see another yellow unless it's coming to the checkers.
Now, if you're Fugate in that 9, I say
go for it.
If the 30, I hope he was watching Jeff Stakanis there, because I feel like if I'm in that 9 truck, I'm thinking that it's a
open season.
Open season, yeah. Yep. My thoughts exactly. If the 31 is going to make a jump on the 188 like that, then what's stopping the 9 from trying to sort of get a jump like that? So we'll see what happens here. But they just need to be single file past the line, I believe.
I guess, yeah.
So 31 did that. Stakanis didn't really jump out a lot.
I mean, he did.
He did,
but it's okay. It looked like that 188 might have spun the tires a little bit too much.
Yeah. But if Fugate can time this, he can make that pass after they get past the line as well. So we'll have to see here.
Got comments. Sorry. Go.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, got comments from Josh Boyer down in the infield care center. Crash earlier. Apologizing to all these drivers and teams because his motor shut off. Might be the biggest crash in Hobo history. So, I think I would agree with that because I don't think you can have a crash much bigger than that. I mean, we had one last week at Daytona in the Fast Renegade Cup Series, but
yeah, but how many cars do we have left in that? I don't even think we had this many left.
Not after the wreck, but that was checkered flag. I think we had most of the guys left in that one. I don't remember any big wrecks, but coming to green. Jeff Stakanis, Jeff Fugate, Ron Simpson, your top 3, Luzier, and Ryan Johnson rounding out your top 5 with Chris Rogers there in the 91 truck in 6th at the tail end of your screen. Pace truck makes its way down pit road. This is the last time we're going to see this green flag, boys, so you better try to make it to the white. We go, green flag. We're back racing from Daytona.
Stakanis gets a big jump here, but the 25 and the 9 kind of are together at the moment. This might be useful for Fugate when he gets back to the 31, depending on what he wants to do.
Well, and the 25 had the 94 all over his back bumper, too, so a lot of momentum you're able to generate more momentum when you got the guy really glued onto your tailgate.
See, coming down the back straightaway here, what these guys do.
Still single file, really deep in the field. Got to think that those guys towards the back with all the damage is really affecting any chance of getting that second line going here until we get to that last lap.
Honestly, they're losing those guys so quickly. I don't think it's going to be a big factor if these guys want to start making that second line. Like, really, outside of 12th position behind Dan Rubino, that's about it. Everyone else is kind of daisy-chained along in, like, sort of smaller swaths of trucks, but they're not really... There's nothing sizable back there that I think is really going to factor into this lead draft. So I would say, I think roll the dice, go for it. You see, they're looking to the outside. Larry D and the 91 of Jeff Rogers are looking.
Hey, you got it. If you're that far back, you got to start thinking now. But if you're these guys that are running, your Fugate, Simpson, or Luzier, or even Johnson, you're maybe thinking as Simpson. Simpson disproving everything I just said, looking to the outside, trying to make a move. Luzier going to try to go to the bottom here. Not going to let him get back in line, so we're going to move that 94 up to 3rd.
We'll see what happens here. The 25 Simpson's a sitting duck right now, but is anyone going to go with them? Anyone going to pop to that outside line? No one does. 25 is going to go back to that inside line. We'll look a little further back here. The 88 of Darryl Brown actually starting to make some moves on that high line. Larry D kind of peeking out there. These guys aren't going to stay single file for long here, Joe. You see Fugate starting to peek to the outside. That high line wants to move. It's just a matter of a few more trucks coming up there. And Rod Simpson looking at that high line.
Well, 3 laps to go, right, Ricky? I mean, it's coming down to it.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire here. These guys, if they want to do anything, they got to start doing it now because they really don't have a ton of time left. Steve Brown still trying to get that high line to work, and he's got momentum here. The low line keeps checking up, and there it goes. You got a few trucks going behind him. The 16 Martel, the 44 Rubino. That's really going to help his case here to get some people to work with him.
He goes back down to the bottom, though.
I think he's trying to get a draft off of some of these guys, trying to kind of catch Larry D's wins, see if he can. Larry D goes to the outside.
2 laps remaining here at Daytona. Brown goes to the outside of D. This for the 7th position.
Yeah, you see Darryl Brown's picking up just sort of bit by bit here. He needs somebody to go with him, but he's making a good case at 88 pickup that he can work with people. You see
they make contact.
25. Ooh, some of these guys keep peeking there. You see Larry D going for another charge on the 91.
Try to make a move. I mean, we're coming to the white flag, Ricky, this time, coming off of turn 4. You're hoping that you're going to be able to make it around one more time. You're going to be in the spot next lap. Coming through the tri-oval, white flag in the air, one final time from Daytona.
Now Jeff Stakanis, all he's got to be doing is he's got to defend here. Fugate's going to want this. Lucier's going to want this. Everyone behind him is hungry here, and they're going to make a charge on him, probably going down this back straightaway. They're coming up on a lap truck here, 28 of Keith McLean. We'll see if Stakanis can use that lap truck as a pick here.
McLean doing a good job there, letting him by, and Simpson now going to the outside of Johnson. They know he's going to duck back in line. Not enough of a run. Fugate all over the back tailgate of Stakanis coming into turn 3 and 4, Ricky. I don't know that. I don't think he's going to have enough there to try to make a pass. Luzier looking to the outside. Johnson looking to the outside. Coming off of turn 4. Down the short chute. Into the tri-oval. Fugate to the outside. Not going to be enough. Jeff Stakanis wins it at Daytona.
And they all come across the line in one piece. Oh, never mind. They're spinning.
They wreck after it.
No, they're spinning in turn 1 here. I take that as one piece. I take that as one piece.
But Jeff Stakanis wins it at Daytona after tough breaks in the Cup Series race here Tuesday night. Redemption at the World Center of Racing. Come around, do some burnouts here for these fans in attendance. Burn it down, Jeff Stakanis. Always feels good to win at Daytona, huh, Ricky?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know a thing or two about that.
Oh, yeah.
I think I propelled you to it, though.
Oh, yeah. Propelled's a very light word, but yes.
Jeff Stakanis enjoying the moment here with the fans. And we'll move on to our post-race coverage here. I think we'll be interviewing probably only our top 2. Just a second for you guys at home. And again, appreciate you tuning in tonight. Fantastic race. If you can't stick around for the interviews, try to come back and listen to them. We always like talking to these boys after the race. As they put on an absolute show, give them time to thank their sponsors, thank their families, and whatnot, Ricky. And oh boy, did we have a show tonight.
Oh, yeah, we did. It was a great race there. 34 cars, and, that whole first half, very clean finish there as well. Just all in all, pretty solid super speedway race, Joe. Very
solid super speedway race. I mean, you can't ask for more at that point, right? I mean, just the green. You had the long green run at the start of it, and then you were able to we had that little spell of cautions, and then we were able to come back green to the end, and just a fantastic way to end the opening week here at HOBO Racing. Stakanis leads 58 laps tonight. 58 out of 70 laps at Daytona. That's a That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a tall order there, and that's that's really impressive to see that 31 pull that off.
Ready to do these in just a second. See, they're getting their headsets on. We'll bring in first our second place driver.
Was doing
Oh, do you need me to move you back?
No, you're fine.
All right, Jeff Fugate, driver the number 9. It's the Sundrop Dodge Ram, right?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta make sure I get those sponsors right. Great run for you and the whole 9 team tonight here at Daytona. You're pushing there at the end, and it looked like you just weren't able to get a run to try to make your way around that 31 car. Is that an accurate assessment?
We're teammates. I told him I'd stay with him.
I don't like
wasn't
to
really-
hear that. Come on,
Yeah, no,
you gotta make a pass. I mean, hey, you don't want to have Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski type. You don't want that to happen, right? But
Well, if you guys, of course, you wouldn't have been watching me because I was stuck in the back all night. And it was some terrifically awful driving back there with some of these guys, and they were all over the place. So I once I got to the front, I mean, I had made it up to, I think, 9th place. I was before the green flag. We had that real long green flag run, and then we had a caution. If that caution had to come out, I was running a fuel run, and I was planning on one less stop than almost probably real close to making it. And so I was conserving. So when that went out the window, I had to switch up. So I was running around, I don't know, 24th, 25th for quite a while, trying to get through that mess. And so once I got to the front, I told Jeff, I said, hey, if we get to where we'll run for it, that's fine. We'll race. But it's so easy at the end when you do go and then you get left out and second, I'd rather win, but second's better than 4th, 5th, or 6th or farther back when you get past.
so, was it a lot about worrying about guys kind of shuffling you out? I mean, we noticed it was really hard to get runs going on that outside if you didn't have the help. Did you just kind of not trust those guys behind you to help you try to make a move?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple guys there that you can go with, but at the end, everybody's for themselves usually.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured probably what would happen is everybody would go the high side and leave Jeff and me both out. And it started to form up, but then it didn't. And I could have went out with Ron, but then there's always going to be somebody that will drop under and end up, that would happen, and we get railroaded back to about 5th or 6th. So it's tough getting wins here and tough finishing up in the front. Not as easy as it used to be. So it was a little hard racing tonight. So it's been a while, so I want to get toward the front. Let's try to stay up there.
Yeah, able to keep that truck clean for the most part tonight, Jeff. And thanks for taking the time to talk with us up in the booth. But before we let you go, I want you to take this opportunity, thank all the fans at home, sponsors, whoever you got on that fire suit. Go ahead, and this time's yours.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing this broadcast, and Steve and Dan Bino putting this on and running the server and the league and all, doing a good job, and a lot of good drivers. It's getting a lot tougher than it used to be, and just good racing, and good job, guys.
Appreciate it again, and thanks for coming up in the booth talking with us. Jeff Fugate, driver the number 9 Sundrop Dodge Ram. Congratulations on the 2nd place finish, bud.
Thanks.
Ricky, we move on from 2nd place. We'll bring his teammate up into the booth here. Down in victory lane, Jeff Sakenis, driver number 31 Chevrolet. Jeff, we just talked to other Jeff, and he said he was just pushing you. Did you believe he was just going to push you, or do you think he was going to make a move if he had the opportunity?
No, he'd have never moved.
Ah. See, Ricky, I try to start drama with these guys, and they can't. They stick to it. They stick to it.
He'd never move.
Jeff, we talked with you Thursday night after your 3rd place finish in the mods race here. At Richmond, not here at Daytona, but here at Hobo. And you talked a lot about being disappointed about Tuesday night. Obviously, you're not disappointed tonight. Did that bad finish in the Cup Series race here at Daytona, did a lot of that go into really trying to execute tonight? I mean, started on the pole, led 58 laps, which is just a really hard thing to do at a super speedway.
Dominate, yep.
Yeah. I mean, did you just mindset, boom, I'm going to obliterate these guys tonight? Was that just...
Yep. That's exactly it. I was going to pile drive them. I just figured, I'd try to keep my own, and I knew that I've always taken a pole. I can always take the pole, and if I can get out front, I can just keep leading. And it was kind of, that last pit cycle there. Actually, I thought, I might be in a little trouble here because there was 8 cars in front of me. But the one car that was leading it kind of held up the line there. And me and Josh Boyer were able to go on the outside and go through the whole entire field. But it's unfortunate he actually blew up and took out most of the field there right behind me because he was following me through. But we had a really good thing going all night.
Well, and another question, what was so different about tonight? I mean, it seemed guys just couldn't get runs. Was it just because it was CTS physics, or was it fixed setup? I mean, why was it so different tonight?
I don't know. Sometimes, you get actually on this track, I mean, the second lane seems to be a whole lot better than the bottom lane, but you get guys that aren't gonna, that don't run close enough to each other or whatever, or they don't stay in line enough. And it's hard to build up, 4 or 5 guys to be able to do that, even in the second lane to make a run. But if you had 3 or 4 guys that are back to back in the second lane, you can pass everybody from the bottom. So it's just how you draft. It's a big difference.
Well, it was also a big difference for you in the 31 team tonight. You're not bringing home the vehicle on the wrecker. You're bringing it home pristine shape, get it all buffed out for Talladega later on this season. And I'm assuming you boys come back here to Daytona. But Jeff, before we let you go again, congratulations on the win. You know the drill. Now's the time. Thank all those sponsors on that beautiful race truck.
Hey, I told you on Thursday that I was taking the pole and winning this
I know.
one.
You called your shot, and we were talking about that at the end of the broadcast, actually. We were like, I remember he got him up in the booth, and it sounded like he was really looking forward. I mean, got this momentum going, but called your shot tonight and won it.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody who watches. We have fun, in the background, but these guys are a real treat to race with and talk with, week after week. It's such a fun time that we have. Shout out to my mom who's watching tonight, and to all the guys that I race with, and to Bino and Steve, that one day maybe they will be in, be in victory lane.
It's crazy. They just can't figure it out, man. They just can't figure it out.
Oh, they figured it out before. I don't know.
They forgot.
They forgot. They'll figure it out again one of these times,
But Jeff, again, congratulations on the win. Thanks for talking with us after the race, and go celebrate that victory.
Thanks, guys.
Jeff Stacanis, driver number 31, and Ricky, that's gonna conclude our coverage here tonight. What a race! Complete opposite of what we saw Tuesday, which is always a good thing to have some different racing. But guys really timid at the start, let things loose as we got to the end of it. Saw a huge crash that would belong at any crash compilation video on YouTube, but ended things on a high note there with Jeff Stacanis at getting the victory he deserved after dominating the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was great to see that. A little more of a timid race, a little more composed, everyone kind of minding their P's and Q's. We did get a big wreck, but, that's the nature of the game. Sometimes you do everything right and you still get a big wreck. So, it was just fantastic to see all night. And the other great thing, too, is that we did not jinx the guy that we said was good.
You didn't.
You want to go down with me on this, or
I'm not.
go down with the ship here? But but I'm happy about that. I thought that was going to jinx him when I said he was going to be good. But luckily, we a rare exception to the JTN jinx is that we said he was good, and he was good. Jeff Stacanis was absolutely good tonight. He just completely spanked him.
Yeah, and a fantastic race, and thanks to all the drivers, as always, for putting on a great show, bringing out all their fans to the video, or to the live stream, rather. And if you're watching it back, we appreciate you guys so much here at JTN. Well, Ricky, that's going to conclude our coverage. What a week. You're going to get some rest now. You're going to have until March the 1st when you get back up in the booth. We'll give you that Red Bull Cup Series race off, as we always do. How's that sound?
All right, I'm good with that.
Go rest those vocal cords. But for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for Ricky Collette, My broadcast partner up here in the booth, I've been Joe Towanski. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next time. Don't forget to check out Fake Racers Podcast this week on JTN. Probably coming out Tuesday evening, maybe Wednesday. We're probably gonna film it Monday. We'll see. We'll see where the week takes us. So long for now. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and a great start to your week, everybody. Yeah, and they're gonna be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're gonna be. Oh,
Maverick!
they're wide!
Who did that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's gonna be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.